Alright, I had to take a little bathroom break and some water break. Kind of coughing a little bit. Um, I'm hoping the coughing is coming from vaping and not from being symptomatic in any way. If I am symptomatic, I have time to get over it. I have a rave to attend next weekend in San Diego, Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, so to have, yeah, like, it was a good trip, pretty queer trip. Um, I don't really know. Like, I think I liked the situation. I enjoyed myself. Um, like, there were some kind of interesting things that came up, you know. Um, uh, uh, yeah, there was someone who was kind of like sniffling behind me like the whole time in line while I was trying to board. And because I was towards the back of the plane, it kind of took a while. Um, so yeah, they were sniffling, and I was like, oh gosh, I hope they're not like symptomatic. I hope it's like allergies or something. I don't really know what it would be. But I was like, hope to God they don't sit next to me. I was sitting next to this gay couple of guys, and they were, one of them was kind of sassy, but they were kind of sweet and nice, and um, we just, you know, um, they were snoring and fell asleep, and uh, yeah, they were pretty disturbed by the situation with the plane turbulence as well. But I mean, you know, I don't want to blame the pilots or whatever. That's not their fault. You know, I also can't blame you know, them for the airport rescheduling or kind of like scheduling us with stuff with our takeoff time and everything. But it would help if they would communicate about things. I feel like once you're waiting more than like 10 minutes, it's kind of stressful. And you know, I think there were some people that were like gonna miss their connecting flights. And our house is about 30 minutes by an Uber to the airport. So yeah, for me to get back so late, you know, that means, you know, I was ordering that Uber like 2 hours later than I thought it was going to be, pretty much. Because it did take a length of time to get off the plane. You know, like right when you land, you don't just like get off right away. Like it takes forever, and we were all the way in the back, not the very back, but like row 24 or something like that. So towards probably like 4 or 5 rows behind me only. So there wasn't a lot behind me. I honestly don't remember how many rows were behind me, but I feel like there weren't that many, like probably 4 or 5. Um, and yeah, there were some people, they were like coughing and stuff, so I'm hoping I didn't contract anything. I did a lot of resting when I got home. Like after I ate all that food, I had an edible, like 5 milligrams of a hybrid and some CBD and some water, and just kind of ate the whole gigantic meal. I've been rewatching The Sopranos again, so I was watching some Sopranos and just kind of knocked out. I probably slept for like 2 hours, and then I woke up and I felt fine. A little groggy though. I think I got up around like, I don't know what time I got up, honestly. Um, Let me see, because one of my friends texted me. Um, I think, um, he texted me around 6. Um, and, and when I said I was getting up, it was like around 7:30, so I might have slept from like 5:30 to 7:30 or so. I don't really know for sure. I wasn't really paying attention. That's why I'm up late. It's almost 1 a.m. on Sunday morning. I don't really care. Like, the only thing I really have to do, I really need to fix this Wi-Fi situation. I'm so beyond frustrated at this point that I just need something that works immediately. So tomorrow, instead of seeing a friend that I want to go see, because we didn't make solid plans, and he's not really pushing it, so, and Sunday is the only day we're not going to have rain up till Thursday, at least in my area of the city. And yeah, I'm looking at other areas of the city. Yeah, Sunday is the only day that we're not having rain. It looks like we're good at least till 1 a.m. Monday morning. So I don't know what's gonna happen Monday, but it looks like there should be rain Monday. But yeah, I don't really know. Like, I'm pretty pleased with the way things went with the trip. I'm glad that I did it. This is my second trip. Like, if I don't count the the San Diego trips, I mean, they do count as trips, but if I don't really count them, because I think the last one I went to was in January, and that was an actual trip because I didn't have to be there for work at all. But after my last day of work, I went to the New Year's Eve Cross Festival. That was kind of like, yeah, so I've been in January and December. Haven't been back down there this month yet, but I'm going. Wait, did I meet them in February or did I meet them in January? Now I don't remember what month I was down there, but anyways, yeah, just little trips, trying to make the trips. I went out of town that other weekend to the mountains, and then, that was right, bringing in the month of February. But I had a lot going on quite a few weeks ago, and I'm noticing I do feel a lot better. Not perfect, like I still am pacing myself and taking it easy. That's why today I was around a lot of sick people. It was a little bit of a stressful time getting home. The weather was a little overwhelming. Like, we're not used to weather out here, so I don't even wear proper clothing. Like, I did put on long pants, and that's about as good as I'm gonna do. Like, I put on long pants, and I put on a hoodie. And usually that's enough. Like, I don't really check the weather to see how cold it is, but yeah, we're not used to having weather in the 40s. Like, that's just not normal for us. And so, like, it's been getting low 40s. Like, it's gonna get 41 degrees around like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. my area tonight. So, the weather sucks. So much so that the resort I like, Mountain High in Wrightwood, it closed down today. Not for good, but they got 5 feet of snow. 5 feet. Like, I think that's a record. I've never been there even when they had 1 foot of snow, from what I remember. Like, usually it's like inches. Like, usually we're like, oh, 6 inches of snow. Like, 3 inches, 2 inches of snow. Like, that's like, oh, cool. There's like a couple inches of snow. That's awesome. Like, usually it's like inches. Um, but yeah, it's not inches. This time isn't inches of snow. Um, it's just, feet of snow. Like, we don't get 5 feet of snow at that resort. Like, that resort, there have been some seasons where it's like, a lot of seasons where it's like, okay, we get 2, 3 storms that fall like on a weekend through like the whole season of like November to April. And also, I'm wondering if the season's going to be longer too, because there's actual sustainable snow. But I don't know. It's hard to tell because when it's not raining or snowing, in our mountains, it's sunny, and so we get way more sunny days than non-sunny days. But this is just rare. Uh, yeah, my friend told me it kind of snowed a little bit and up in Hollywood, and when it was the little bit of snow that I even witnessed in Vegas, people were saying, it hasn't been like that for like 30 years. There hasn't been any snowfall in that area, at least of what people were saying. And so I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, it's been a blast. Getting out of town really helped. It was exhausting. I rested most of today, and I still have Sunday. But yeah, I did decide that I'm gonna try my best to make this a break, take an actual break, focus my energies into hobbies. Some of those hobbies are serious. They are kind of like money making type of hobbies. But I really want to focus into it. Not only that though, but on like music and art and writing, and just focus on different types of things like that, like going to the gym, um, but definitely writing music and all that kind of stuff. And I want to start tomorrow, and I can't start tomorrow because I don't have decent Wi-Fi to even, like I mentioned, right? I was trying to download, um, I haven't even been able to use my Game Pass to download any games because it takes too freaking long. So yeah, I haven't been able to do that at all. Um, I um yeah, the Wi-Fi signal at the hotel was pretty crappy. I brought my laptop to see if it would be decent Wi-Fi so that I could, work on the song that I was working on the other day a little bit better. Um, the only thing I've done so far is tap in the tempo. So I know the BPM is somewhere near 81 or 80 BPM. So now I can get the freaking metronome to, do some guitar parts or put in some beats, which usually I can't really make beats. But yeah, I'm like, let me just make some beats. Um, but yeah, like this song is from like August 2022. Um, and I started working on it then, but it's like, it's been hard for me. I took a while trying to find the tempo, and, I some, built some beats for it and some other stuff, and chopped a bit of it up a little bit to have the segments in an order that I like. And then but it's just hard for me to do creative stuff like that in a public space. And the place where I was getting the best Wi-Fi was in the living room, and because it's a public area and other people are awake, um, it's just I'm constantly getting distracted by people either talking to me or even talking to themselves or just walking in and out of the room. Like, I'm not gonna get two uninterrupted hours ever, you know. And so it's just hard for me to work on it. I haven't worked on it literally for that reason. Like, I tried to work on it. Some of the times when I did sit in the kitchen or living room to try and work on it, the Wi-Fi still wasn't working good enough. And I kind of had my last straw with it before I went to Vegas, but I was like, let me do some researching. There's this really cool hotspot that I want, but I don't know if I want to dish out like $500 or $600, and I can't find one available tomorrow. I mean, I don't want to drive anywhere far, but it's called the Nighthawk. So people had really good reviews with the M1. Yeah, it's like about $429 on Best Buy. The 4G LTE one. They have a refurbished one. But I want to pick up something tomorrow. I don't want to wait. And I also don't really want to spend like hundreds of dollars. So it would be nice. But I don't really know. I don't know. I'm still researching where I can get it. I wouldn't mind doing refurbished, getting something refurbished. But that's what I've been researching tonight, is where to find it. It's the one that I want. And as far as the reviews, it seems to have the better reviews. I'm looking for the Nighthawk M1 unlocked. I'm gonna have to buy a buy something. But I'm reading the reviews. I mean, I know nobody cares, probably, but this is the kind of stuff I like to read. You know, T-Mobile Sims don't work. That's good to know. Unless you're a long-time user of VoIP phone systems or hotspots, this product could prove misleading. Unassigned M1 routers do not come with a SIM card. SIM card unless stated on package/listing as AT&T ready, etc. B, you must assign a phone number to the hotspot router with an LTE service provider and prepay, or choose pay monthly. Some YouTube reviews recommended prepaid plans with unlimited data. C, this tool looks sleek, but speeds may not get you as high speed or bandwidth as you might have hoped for. D, if you want to try it out, pique your curiosity, go for it, or check the vlog reviews first. So that's not promising for something that costs that much money. I mean, you're spending over $400 before you even have a plan set up. I was considering a hotspot, but I might actually just get, a modem and a router installed in my room. That's another option, because it would probably just be faster and cheaper to do that. But I don't know. I just need something that freaking works. Um, and that I have control over, having access to the account. If I don't want to pay it, or if I do want to pay it, um, for me to be able to just pay out of my own pocket. Right now, I'm on my folks' Wi-Fi. Um, the parent with the account isn't really providing the account information. I offered to pay for it. They're kind of just not responding. I'm like, hey, can we upgrade? They're kind of not responding. But it's at a point where I can't work when there's any storms. Like, I can't even, check my emails or upload podcast episodes or do anything, let alone gaming or anything like that. So when it's at its worst, it's really useless. And if these storms keep coming, it's like, okay, if we're going to have storms Monday through Thursday, I'm not going to have internet till Friday when I leave town, and I'm going to be at a hotel anyways, and hotel Wi-Fi is kind of shoddy, so, I'll be out of town, so, I don't really know, I'm really wanting to work on some songs, but, I've been looking more into my old 1995 keyboard and just kind of use with that. I'm gonna poke around on it a little bit tonight before bedtime. Not too much, just a little. Don't want to get my energy up too much. And then this, I'm still reading the computer music magazine from January of 2023. I haven't purchased a new magazine yet because I haven't finished reading this one, but yeah, I'm trying to get back into music, and there's a lot of stuff I can't really easily get back into if I don't have Wi-Fi. I like to have digital copies of stuff for especially when I go off of times where I'm no longer too involved with my music or whatever. At least I have something stored somewhere that I can turn back to when I do get back into it. It's helped that I have some previous music from before, but yeah, right now I just can't even download anything or do anything, so it's getting to a point that it's just really overwhelming. But yeah, I'm probably gonna go the route of setting up maybe a network, a home, my own home thing in my bedroom. To me, that just makes more sense because I would have really high speed internet. There's no way it should be low speed if I'm in the room with it. And I'll dish out for something. I don't need it to be $20. I can spend, a bit of money. So if I can't get that hotspot, maybe that's a sign, that if the reviews aren't good, it's too expensive, it's not going to be available anywhere where I can easily just go pick it up. I don't think I saw it at Target, Walmart, or Best Buy within any place near me. I think I could Amazon Prime deliver by Monday, but I don't want to wait till Monday. I'd rather have Sunday also to be able to have internet, but I'll see. I'm gonna have to get some more work done on that and then see kind of what comes of things. But that's kind of all I'm doing as far as my upcoming plans, being back in town. Just taking it easy, laying low. Just trying to get back into gaming and music and just continue my exercising. I got in a lot of exercise walking around in Vegas, so other than that day when I did the heavier stretching on Friday, I wanted to go to the gym today, Like initially before, like when I was at the airport, I was like, yeah, I can just come home, eat lunch, and then, go to the gym. But by the time I got home, I was like, I was expecting to be home by like 1:30 or something. I wasn't expecting to be home by like 3:20. And so I was pretty wiped. So I'm trying to learn. I'm still learning, how to take my breaks, take it easy, um, get into kind of like the new stuff I want to do, um, and kind of just enjoy, enjoy what I know, what I love. I don't want to be spending like way too much money on stuff. I've got to calculate out my trip for this Friday and Saturday. I haven't decided yet if I'm renting a car or just taking the Amtrak. I mean, as I predict, if I say I'm taking Amtrak, it's, let's say, $55 one way. So that would be times two if I get the most expensive business class ticket. And then let's add 90 for Ubering to and from Union Station in LA. That's like $200 roughly. And then how much am I going to Uber around San Diego? I mean, I plan to go out Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday I'd probably go out a little bit. But I don't really know yet. But yeah, if I even say $25 per Uber, let's say that would be, adding $125 just for Ubering around San Diego. That's $325. And about I'll say it's about 30-45 minutes to the station from where I live in LA. So to and from that station is already 35-40 minutes. I'd want to get there early, so it's probably at least an hour out of my day, out of just getting there and being early while getting there and finding the seat and everything. Like, get there early enough to actually get a seat because they're not like assigned seats. So get there early. That would take at least an hour. And then the ride all the way to San Diego is 3 hours. So I have that option. I also have the option of using flixbus. So flixbus is way cheaper and closer than, it has multiple pickup spots to pick up around. So it's way closer. And if I'm not during terrible hours, I could always, I considered maybe taking the bus there and then renting a car and then driving the rental car back. I mean, I don't really know. That sounds maybe strange or excessive, but I might actually do that. I mean, because then I'd have a car down there and then be able to drive it back. But I feel like, I don't know, that's a lot of money. And it's a few $100s to hold, with the deposit and then the gas. I think when I rented that Charger, the Dodge Charger, is it Dodge or Chevy? I think it's Dodge. I think it ran me around 300 something. I don't really know. I'd have to check. Let me see if I can check the app. I used the Kite app for the rental. And it was, let me see, trips. Does it save it? Yes, it saves it. But it doesn't tell me anything. It says Nissan Versa or similar. So let's see. The first trip was 3 days. The cool thing I like about Kite, though, is that you can set your own hours a little more detailed. And so I think it's a cool service for when you have weekend stuff. So it was cool, for 3 days. So they dropped it off January 20th at 10 a.m. at my house. They picked it up late, but near 8:30 p.m. January 22nd. And yeah, sorry, did I read the cost? The cost for the 3 days, the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of January, was $224.17. And so that's when I was in San Diego. So I did go to San Diego in January. And then January 29th through February 2nd, I was in the mountains. That was 5 days of a rental, where January 29th, they dropped off the car 9 a.m. February 2nd, they picked up the car 8:30 p.m. And it cost me $364.02. And I think they fill the tank. They say they fill the tank with $5 something cents gas. So it makes more sense actually to fill it yourself if you do rent the car, because they kind of are spending more than what the minimum is. So you can have control over that by putting gas near by your house, and then when they come pick it up, you don't have to pay what they choose to pay for whatever gas they're refilling with. And they don't charge you for not refilling. Like, it has to have enough gas to get to the gas station. But I like the convenience of the service, because you don't have to take the Uber to the car rental place or get a ride to rent a car, and then wait in the line and do all the paperwork and all that stuff. Like, even when you're the only one in line renting a car, it still takes a while. Like, I've never gotten in and out of a car rental place in like 15 minutes. Like, it's a long process. And then you want to look at the car and make sure it's okay, kind of learn it a little bit. Like, it's usually going to take 30 minutes or more just to go get the car. Or if you live a little far from the place, maybe even close to 45 minutes just to get the car, versus you just chill at home and they bring the car to you. So I feel like the rental prices here, let me see, it's kind of a lot of money. Like, it's not super cheap. And then they do have the whole, I think it's because I paid for the insurance too, which is something I need to look up, is if you get charged for the insurance, because that's something I don't really know. But I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about if I might use the flixbus just for like a really cheap transportation. I just hope it's not like bad quality. But to get down to San Diego by like 1:30 p.m. or 2 p.m. or something, that wouldn't be too bad. But I don't really know. Like, because that would really cut down on prices of things if the transportation isn't that much money. Because let me see, how much is, I'm trying to check how much is Flixbus. Okay, I'm going to look up the estimated cost, and this is probably the last thing I'll talk about. So, at least for today. Alright, so round trip, from Las Vegas, why did I say Las Vegas? Alright, so, if I do like Friday, and come back Tuesday, let's say, Friday to Tuesday, I don't even know if I want to go for that long, but Yeah, I might do that. Friday to Tuesday for one person. This coming Friday. So let's see. Actually, I don't know. I probably shouldn't have put Los Angeles. That's far. So I'll put my actual area. Man. Can I search by zip code? Nope, apparently I can't. I just don't know the closest place. Yeah, I'd still have to get up by USC area to take it. So it's still not that close, honestly. But direct one way is about 19 to 22 or so. 24, 25, 31. There's a Greyhound that's like 31 one way. And it takes 2 hours 40 minutes. Wait, is that one way or round trip? I thought I put round trip. I put round trip. But let's say if I picked the Greyhound, it's 31. That's later. Let's see if I pick the Greyhound. There's downtown, there's Old Town. I don't know. None of them. So 2 hours, 55 minutes. The Greyhound actually seems to take long. 4 or 5 hours sometimes. So if I just go by shortest distance, not looking at any time, 2 hours 10 minutes on the flixbus from downtown, it's $19.99. And then for the return trip, you pick another one, and it's about the same price. So you can search by fastest trip and all that. They have different pickup locations, I think, but I don't know what all the pickup locations are. They should have more. But I don't know. I thought they had a Long Beach one. They do have a Long Beach one. It's, yeah, kind of like the same prices, same distance. The fastest is early morning, an hour, 31 minutes one way. And the later you get in the day, it seems like with rush hour, it gets longer and longer. So yeah, it's not that bad, but it's like a little cheaper. It's kind of like, so the way I see it is like the Flixbus is a little bit cheaper, but it takes a little bit longer. And then the issue with taking a bus or train to San Diego from LA is once you're in San Diego, are you going to drive or not? So that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I know when I go to festivals, I'm not driving anyways. So I know I'm not driving Saturday or Sunday. But it's just things like, okay, if I want food, I'm going to have to order food. If I want this, I'm going to have to order this. If I want that, I'm going to have to order that. Every time I do want to go somewhere, I have to, Uber there, Uber, Lyft, whatever. And then every time I wanna, like if I wanna rent a car, then the issue is, say for example, if I'm at a hotel for 3 or 4 days, paying 3 or 4 day, like at least like $5 parking per day, and I think the parking has security. Like that's not like guaranteed, but I mean I'm pretty sure they have like security cameras and stuff. But the street parking's free, but it's also like, well, if you rent a car, right? So yeah, it's just stuff like that where it's like, okay, like um, you know, it's already like extra. So in a way, renting a car is the easiest thing to do. Um, I don't think I trust my car to drive it because if it breaks down, I'm gonna have to pay to get it fixed, probably pay to stay longer, and then drive it back. And that is not what I'm trying to do here. Um, and I'm not really in a position right now where I want to actually sell it. I'd rather just stick to the game plan. So, I don't know. Not renting a car is seems nice, but for me, because I don't live near downtown, it's a little bit of a hassle to get all the way to where these stations are. So it does cut like an extra hour into travel time, um, on the way there and on the way back. Just having to get to the stations early with enough time so you're not like missing your ride. Versus when you have a car, you can just drive, and when you get somewhere, if you want to go pick up food, you can do that. If you want to go to the gym or go to the beach or go hiking or whatever, in between when you're not busy or whatever, it's easy to just go do that because you have a car. And then if you want to like visit people on your way out of town, which is something I like to do, check out at 11 a.m. and then visit people around like 11:30, around noon or whatever, and just visit people. If you want to check out, if you don't have a car, you don't really have a place to put your luggage, your backpack, your duffel bag, your suitcase, whatever you bring with you. I don't bring that much stuff, but still, I don't want to be hauling a backpack around a restaurant. I don't want to be, or like a duffel bag or anything. So sometimes it's like, if I want to just have the freedom to go do stuff like that, like I would with my own car, it's just easier. Um, so yeah, those are just things that I've noticed. Those are kind of things that I have as my upcoming plans. I'm really just gonna take a break with things, but I need working internet. I need decent internet so that I can actually do the serious and non-serious stuff that I want to do. Basically, I require internet that's fast. Like the internet we have, I mean, the coffee shop where I go down the street from my place, the coffee shop has better Wi-Fi than our house. I'd say our house Wi-Fi is almost equivalent to like, the Wi-Fi you get in a hotel. It's like useless, but if you have to have it, it's like okay, like it's there, but it doesn't really work that good. Yeah, Starbucks Wi-Fi is better than ours. McDonald's Wi-Fi, like all those types of places, where you wouldn't even be like, oh yeah, the Wi-Fi is amazing. Like, no, the Wi-Fi is way amazing compared to what our house Wi-Fi is. So, yeah, like, I'm probably gonna end up using the rental car route. I need to figure out the friggin' what is it? I need to do some more math. I'm gonna compare Kite to maybe like Hertz or something like that. And I also need to get I'm lucky that I have data on my phone. I've been using just 5G this whole time. I mostly just am on my phone. I can't hardly use my laptop. So, yeah, just kind of chilling. Try not, not to do anything too seriously, overly like taxing my energy or anything. But yeah, I definitely had an enjoyable weekend so far, and I'm having fun. I've been enjoying myself, and it's nice to enjoy myself in a different kind of way. Um, and so yeah, um, I'm going to uh, um, yeah, I'm gonna see. Like, I probably need to just do the math on the car rentals. That kind of sounds like the best deal, because then I'll have more freedom when I'm out of town. Especially to hang out with friends like on my way out of town. It would be a little more comfortable that way, and I can kind of just, not have to worry about getting somewhere on time. Like, I don't need to be there, but Saturday, Sunday, but Friday it's not going to take me that long to get there. I want to meet with a friend at like probably 5 or 6 or 7, probably not 5, probably closer to 6 or 7 p.m. at night, for dinner or something. So I want to meet a friend for dinner, or and then yeah, the rave Saturday, Sunday. Oh, excuse me. And then if I'm just staying Monday, I'll probably visit a friend on my way out of town. So that's kind of all I'm really doing. Um, uh, yeah, there's some people I kind of want to see, but I know one person's only available Friday nights at like 4 or something, and I don't want to make plans with them if they're gonna back out, because last time they backed out. So I'm kind of prioritizing people I actually want to catch up with, but I don't really know. And then, yeah, so that's um, kind of what I'm up to. And yeah, even with the website that I've been working on and stuff, I haven't quit with it. I just haven't mentioned it because, I haven't had internet to really use it, and I also haven't really wanted to be like leaving the house and going to coffee shops all the time and stuff. Like, I've really been, for a while now, I think people have noticed too, that I've really been wanting to kind of stay to myself, and not be around a lot of people and a lot of energy. It's kind of like too much some days. And so because of that, I've been just not going out to like coffee shops and a lot of other places. But some, just not all the time, not every day, but some for sure. But all right, I need to charge my phone because it's gonna die, and then I'm just basically gonna see. I might just order like a router, modem, pay the service provider, make sure I have all the cables and connections and stuff. I have a cable cord like already adapted in my room. I think I used to have DirecTV in here. This was like way back in the day. So yeah, I still have a cable that I can use, and yeah, I might do that, but I'm gonna probably do that tomorrow. And they can come over and set it up, but I'm like, I don't really know if I want to clean extra just for that, or I could just shove everything in the closet real quick. My room's not like that messy at least anymore. It's dusty. I haven't dusted at all in a while, but it's not like that dirty. It's kind of like okay. So to have them set it up and install everything, I think it wouldn't take that long, honestly. But yeah, it wouldn't take that long for me to like clean and prepare my room for people to like come do it. But I don't want a whole thing where it's like you gotta wait like a whole day, or they wouldn't do it on a Sunday, they'll only do it on a Monday or something like that. And you have to be home between the hours of what, like 10 a.m. and like 7 p.m. or some ridiculous span of time. Like, I know I'm gonna be home, but it's like I don't want to be, dealing with people like that. So I might just set it up myself. It's not that hard to do. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing tomorrow. And yeah, so that's my best explanation for what I've been doing, what I've got coming up. Kind of like getting back into hobbies and stuff. And with that, thanks for listening.